Rephactor is an interactive, extensively customizable, and beautiful online textbook for introductory Java and Python courses. It has been used by thousands of students at schools big and small, with class sizes ranging from 12 students to over 650 students in one course. Rephactor was designed from the beginning as an online text, with integrated interaction and assessment, but it also includes well-written and complete explanations for those students who need them. The topics in a Rephactor textbook are designed with flexibility in mind. Starting with one of several sample syllabi, the instructor can tailor the flow of material to their needs. No more fighting the textbook or skipping sections. And, sensitive to the high cost of textbooks, the subscription rate for a Rephactor book is kept at a low $42 for a full calendar year, enough to cover a 2-semester sequence or just to have as a resource in a future course. And that's for everything. Far more content than you'd ever get in a traditional book. And if you ever need help, the Rephactor support team is ready to provide it. We're here to make sure that you get the most out of this amazing resource. Rephactor is the textbook you and your students will love. The dashboard is the primary landing page once you've logged into Rephactor. From here, you see the books you have access to, your courses, as well as pending and past assignments for the current course. Both instructors and students have a dashboard, though instructors have access to lots of functionality that students do not. A course on the dashboard represents a particular offering of a course in a particular semester. It gives you access to the student roster, the gradebook, assignments, the ability to take attendance or edit the syllabus, or visit the Course Insight page to check student progress. A key element that you and the students see on any page is the syllabus sidebar, which can be expanded and minimized as needed. We use the word syllabus in the classic sense, the list of topics covered by the course. This is essentially the assigned reading for the course. A Rephactor book doesn't tie you into any fixed notion of chapters. You organize the flow of topics as you see fit, including only the ones you want to focus on. They are grouped into sections that many instructors like to organize around weekly coverage, though you could also organize and label them in other ways. The instructor has the ability to reveal as much or as little of upcoming topics in the syllabus as desired. This example course, for instance, currently shows only the first half or so of the semester. Each syllabus topic is roughly equivalent to a section of a chapter in a traditional book. Clicking on a topic in the syllabus brings up that topic's page. Back on the dashboard, you can also access content at the book level. You can explore all topics the book has to offer, independent of the order in which you may choose to cover them. You can explore the sample syllabi, which each covers topics in a particular way. A sample syllabus provides a starting point for your course design that most resembles the emphasis and flow that you want. You can also explore the full set of programming exercises, which can be assigned to students in sets as you see fit. The books and courses on the dashboard have drop-down menus as well that let you access a variety of other elements and services. At the top of the dashboard, you can access how-to FAQs that answer many questions for both instructors and students. And the drop-down menu in the page header gives access to account information and the ability for the instructor to view any page as a student sees it. The dashboard and the syllabus sidebar are the central hub of the Rephactor experience. The adventure starts here. Let's take a look at some of the features you'll find in a topic. I'll open the syllabus, expand the first week, and select the Hello World topic. Then I'll minimize the syllabus to give myself plenty of room. The top section of each topic has a standard format with the topic name, an opening image, and some quotations. And there's some elements in this upper right corner that we'll come back to. A topic can be thought of as a section of a chapter in a traditional book, with many features you'd expect to find in a well-designed text, as well as dynamic and interactive features only possible in an online book. So you'll see example code and the corresponding output, for instance. The By the Way feature provides interesting asides or fun tangents to the main discussion. There's a feature that highlights key concepts in the topic, and another that points out common errors. But a well-designed online book includes dynamic and interactive features as well. A cornerstone of Rephactor's interactive features is our Run and Revise capability. Most example code contains an R&R button in the bottom right corner that, when pressed, opens a small development environment right there in the browser window, preloaded with that example. The student can press the Run button to run the code and see the output. And then they can edit and experiment with the code. I'll change the output string to Hello Universe and run it again. The student can also use the Download button to download the code to their laptop and experiment with it there. Another interactive feature is our do-it-yourself exercises. These are ungraded exercises that challenge the student to apply the concepts they just learned to a new situation. I'll enter a solution and then check it. The system runs tests of various kinds on the code and reports the results. The student can revise the solution and resubmit until all tests are passed. These DIY exercises are similar to programming exercises you can assign as graded work. At the end of each topic is a set of quick check questions, multiple choice, true, false, matching, etc., that reinforce the material of the topic. These can be part of a quick check assignment that ensures students are doing the reading. Now let's go back to the top of the page and look at a couple of elements there. This button, which is only seen by instructors, allows you to download a small PowerPoint slide set for presenting this topic's material. You can also use options on the dashboard to download slides for the entire syllabus or the whole book. Most topics have a topic video that present the material. Some instructors use these to flip the classroom, spending more time in class on live code development. In any case, the topic videos give students options as to how they embrace the material. The Prerequisites drop-down indicates which topics you may want to have covered before you cover this one. In this case, the Hello World topic has no prereqs. Rephactor topics are deliberately designed so that instructors have maximum flexibility in terms of the order in which topics are covered. And let's look at a hidden feature that's become a favorite among students. Each topic contains an Easter egg, a clickable word or phrase in italics that brings up a fun meme or cartoon or animation. Instructors have found that this extra bit of fun keeps students motivated to explore each topic. Some instructors give a small amount of extra credit based on the percentage of Easter eggs found in the topics from their course. And we've just scratched the surface of the features you'll find in Rephactor topics. For example, there are Try This features that allow students to directly manipulate elements, and Watch This features that show relevant animations, among others. Find out more. We're just getting started. Each topic in a Rephactor book contains an Easter egg that students can find. It's an italicized word or phrase that's clickable, which pops up a little cartoon or a meme or an animation of some kind. For example, down here in the last section of the Python Boolean expressions topic, this phrase here, the word truth, is in italics. When you click on it, Jack Nicholson pops up telling us, "You can't handle the truth." Not all italicized phrases represent Easter eggs, but each topic has one. In this Java topic about the math class, the Easter egg is right here in the first section, on the italicized word pie. When you click on it, the Easter egg tells us, "I ate some pie and it was delicious." Students enjoy keeping an eye out for these as they're doing the reading. It's just a little bit of fun to help keep students engaged in the material. Some instructors choose to offer a small amount of extra credit based on the percentage of Easter eggs found in the topics assigned in their course syllabus. Here we are on the instructor's dashboard, and I'll click through to the assignments page of the course. Here we see the various assignment types, and at the bottom is a place to turn on the Easter egg assignment. This will cause a single assignment to be added to the gradebook and to show up in the student's dashboard. So now we're looking at the dashboard of a sample student, and in the grades portion, we can see that she has found around 88% of the Easter eggs in the currently visible topics for the course. This value will automatically change as more topics are made visible in the syllabus and as more eggs are found. If we click through to the Student Insight page and click one of the QC weekly assignments, the student sees which Easter eggs have been found and which haven't. And at the bottom of the page, we see a summary of the eggs that have been found in all visible topics. The student can mouse over each one to see which eggs have not yet been found. She hasn't found the one in the palindromes topic, for instance, and in a few more in more recent topics. The student can click on an egg to go directly to that topic. The addition of Easter eggs to the topics has been a big hit with the students, and it's yet another way to keep them engaged. In Java topics, the curly braces default to the alignment shown here, with the braces aligned. But in a Rephactor Online textbook, you can specify how you want the braces aligned. I'll go back up to the header, select the drop-down menu under the account name, and choose the My Account option. On this account page, you can choose which alignment option you prefer. I'll switch it to the end of line option. Now we'll go back to the Hello World topic. You can see that now the Java code is displayed with the curly braces aligned in this manner. By changing that one setting, all Java code in all topics is now displayed with this brace alignment. That's a feature that a traditional book can't give you. And of course, you can change it back just as easily if you'd like. Furthermore, when a student adds themselves to your course, their brace alignment is set to match yours, so your students will see the same thing that you do. They can always modify their own brace alignment setting later if they like. Each Rephactor topic ends with a set of quick check questions, multiple choice, true, false, matching, etc. They check the student's basic understanding of the material from that topic. Most instructors assign these as part of a quick check assignment to ensure the students are spending time in the material. A quick check assignment corresponds to a group in the syllabus, usually a week's worth of assigned reading. So, for instance, in this example course, a quick check assignment has been made for the topics in the week of 214. Let's go to the lists topic in that week and look at how quick check questions are scored. I'll answer the first few questions. So the first one, all elements in a Python list must have the same data type. Well, that's false. And a Python list cannot contain a list as an element. Well, that's also false, but I'm going to deliberately answer that incorrectly just to show what happens. And the third question, what element is printed by that code? So index 0, 1, 2, 3, and the answer is 22. Okay, now I'll go ahead and check my answers. I'll scroll to the bottom, click the Check Answer button, and I get immediate feedback on the answers. I see that I got 2 of them right and 1 wrong, with some appropriate feedback. Up in the top right corner, I see the status. I currently have 2 of the 7 questions in this quick check correct, and the red number is the number I've gotten wrong along the way. Now I can go back and update my answers and check again. I'll fix the answer to the question I got wrong, and I'll go ahead and answer the next question, but incorrectly. It's asking about a negative index, so I'll say that will cause an error, which it doesn't. And let's check them again. It shows that I now have the second question correct, but have answered the new one incorrectly. In the corner here, it shows that I now have 3 of the 7 correct at this point, and I've gotten 2 wrong along the way. Note that the red number never goes down. Even if you get the answer correct eventually, it keeps track of how many wrong answers were given along the way. So the overall goal is to answer all of the questions in the quick checks correctly, while keeping the red number as low as possible, hopefully 0. There's no good reason I can't get 7 out of 7 answered correctly, since I can change my answers and resubmit. But the goal is to get them right the first time. This approach encourages students to read carefully, to read for understanding. This is a different type of learning than, say, the programming exercises, which encourage students to keep updating and testing their code until all tests are passed, without penalty for wrong solutions. The final score for a graded quick check assignment, for all topics assigned that week, is based on the percentage of questions answered correctly minus a penalty for each question answered incorrectly along the way. The default penalty for a wrong quick check answer is 2 points, but that value can be set by the instructor. Now let's go back to the dashboard and then to the assignments page for the course. Here we see the list of quick check assignments that have already been created and their status. Some are past their due date and graded. Here's one whose due date has not passed yet, and others that have been created but not published and therefore not visible to the students yet. The button up here lets the instructor create a new quick check assignment by filling in a few fields and associating it with a particular syllabus group. Rephactor instructors have found that quick check assignments are a convenient way to monitor student progress through the material and to encourage effective reading. An instructor can assign a set of programming exercises as graded work. For example, in our sample course, we can see that there is a pending assignment named EX4. We can click on the Solve Them Now button to see the specific exercises that have been assigned. A programming exercise consists of a short description that directs a student to write a few lines of code, or a function, or even a full class. This one, for instance, has the student write code that counts the number of values in a list that are greater than 50. I'll press the Solve It button, which opens up a small editor into which the student can enter their solution. Instructors, however, also have this Load Correct Solution button in case you want to cut to the chase. I'll take advantage of that now. The correct solution is loaded, or should I say a correct solution. There are sometimes multiple ways to solve a problem, of course, and the correct solution displayed may show alternative approaches in comments. When we check the solution, the system runs tests on it of various types. This one, for instance, first verifies that the solution is assigning a value to the specified variable. Then it runs the code against several lists and verifies the results. If the student has an error, for instance, I'll remove this colon, and check it again. And we're told there's a syntax error to be fixed. Or perhaps the student used the wrong relational operator. Then some tests would pass while others wouldn't. Students are encouraged to analyze the test results and update their solution until all tests are passed. Unlike quick check assignments, wrong answers are not counted against you on programming exercises. This is a different kind of learning, encouraging students to trace and debug code. It embraces the idea that errors are part of the process. So as long as the student starts early enough, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to overcome any issues, perhaps with help from you or a TA, and get full credit for the assignment, hopefully learning a lot in the process. Now let's go to the course assignments page. Here we see the programming exercise assignments that have already been created. The drop-down menu on each lets you edit an existing assignment, for instance, or you can create a new exercise assignment with this button. This page lets you specify some information about the assignment, and then lets you pick the exercises you want to include. The right-hand side of the page lists all the public exercises available for the book, Rephactor Python in this case. And you can click on the arrow next to the ones you want to add them to the left side, which represents the exercises you've chosen for the assignment. As you're deciding, you can open up an exercise right here to see the solution and run the tests. You can filter the list of potential exercises in various ways, using tags, for instance, or by searching the title and description, or by complexity. You might choose to exclude the exercises that are used for DIY exercises in the topics, among other options. Once you have the set of exercises you want, you can save the assignment and it will appear in the list on the assignments page. As an instructor, you can also define your own exercises, and even offer to share a version of your exercises with other Rephactor instructors. Programming exercise assignments are a key element in the Rephactor approach. The Rephactor Insight feature is a favorite of instructors. It helps identify students who are struggling and can point out topics that may need some additional review. This is the Course Insight page. It lets you visualize how all students in the course are doing on quick check and exercise assignments overall. The graphs at the top summarize the status of all students in the course. and things for this group are looking pretty good at the moment. Then we can begin to drill down into the details. For example, if we expand the QC3 assignment, we see that students in general did pretty well with these topics, though as a group they struggled a bit more on Boolean expressions than they did with most of the others. That might be a topic that warrants a bit of reinforcement. If we scroll down and select one of the exercise assignments, once again, things seem to be going pretty well, though a few of them wrestled with the count triples exercise. Perhaps talking that one through in class, or doing additional similar examples, might be time well spent. Let's go back to the QC assignment and click on the Boolean expressions topic. Instead of taking us to the topic itself, this takes us to the topic insight page, providing details about individual students regarding the QC questions of this topic. There's a similar insight page for individual exercises. In the list, we see the scores of each student, how many they answered correctly, and how many they got wrong along the way. It helps identify particular students that may need some support. This student, for instance, didn't even end up answering all of the questions correctly and got a whopping 12 wrong while answering the ones he did. That tells you that the student either wasn't making any real effort to understand the material, or perhaps he found this topic challenging. So we can drill down even further to the Student Insight page by clicking on the student's name. Now we see the various assignments listed again, but for this particular student. The graphs in the upper right show that his scores are all over the place, and that he has particularly struggled with the exercises. If we expand a particular assignment, we see which topics went well for this week and which ones didn't for this student. We see that again for this topic, even though he eventually got them all right, he got many answers wrong along the way. Each student, by the way, has access to a similar insight page for their own status. These insight pages help the instructor narrow in on topics and individual students that might need a bit more support. In this video, you've seen just a few of the features that make Rephactor an amazing resource for both you and your students. There are many more elements to check out, including interactive features like try this and watch this, the attendance check-in system, the drag and drop syllabus editor, the gradebook with export formats for Canvas and Blackboard, downloadable PowerPoint slides for every topic, full text search of all content, and much more. Visit Rephactor.com and discover why Rephactor is the book you and your students will love. Rephactor your course with Rephactor.